Hello, I'm Firepug. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to go over all of the patch notes that just came out earlier today. So first things first, let's talk about map changes. Now all over the map at sites, the dome, drill sites, and other little parts of the map on World's Edge, there have been some changes, and these have all been made by Hammond Robotics. I'm not going to go over all those. It'd take a while, and we don't have pictures for the whole map yet, but we'll be seeing those very soon at the launch of the season. Now let's talk about Rampart. So she's a 20-year-old British Indian who used to own a private business, and she has her theme's like kind of a repairs woman and likes her heavy machine gun. So her abilities. Her passive is modded loader. This increases magazine capacity and faster reloads when using LMGs, and her minigun, of course. And this also applies to the L-Star with overheating and cooldown speeds. Air Tactical is amped cover, where she deploys her amped wall. I'm sure you guys have all seen those before in the trailers, and those do give more damage with outgoing shots. And she can deploy a max of 5 amped walls at a time, which is quite a bit. And of course her ultimate is that giant minigun, and she can actually max out with 3 miniguns at a time. So if she has a bunch of ultimate accelerants, each person in the squad can be on their own minigun. Pretty sweet. So next is the Volt. This is going to be a new energy weapon. If you've come from Titanfall 2, you know what this is all about. Personally, I love this gun in Titanfall 2, so I'm super excited to see it here. Now, the crafting system, we've already gone over this a little bit, but you can find materials throughout the map, all over, and then you take them to this thing, and you can sort of purchase or craft your own loot pieces, if you have enough. Now, so basically the way armor is going to work, only evil armor is going to be on the ground, plus gold armor, which is not going to be evil armor. Gold armor is going to be the same. So you're going to get all evil armor. You're going to spawn with white evil armor off drop. However, you can find upgraded evil armors in the loot pool. They also changed, there's new damage requirements, as you can see at the very bottom, 50, 125, 250, and 500. And they also changed the max. Now red evil armor, the max, is instead of 225, it is now 200. So they just made that change, and now evil armor is the only armor plus gold armor, which still does the same thing. They also added new hollow sprays, as we saw in the Battle Pass trailer. Pretty sweet. You will be getting some of these in the Battle Pass as well. I believe there's 5 in the Battle Pass. And just as a little quick note on the quest, now the Season 5 quests are going to, or unlike the Season 5 quests, these are going to be in full color and actually in illustrated comics, which will be pretty sweet. You'll also be getting similar rewards as you pick up your treasure packs. So something new coming here with the Legends is a class built system. As you know, your character has those symbols on it, like there's a recon scan thing, and there's the the bullets and the shield for defense and all that stuff. Now we are going to be taking a look at the recon class, getting a whole ability entirely just for them. So the new ability for the recon class is going to be Bloodhound, and Crypto can now use Pathfinder's survey beacons to get the next ring. This makes Crypto and Bloodhound very useful in ranked and pro level and just in general. So this will mean that Pathfinder, of course, is going to need a new passive. And what they decided to do is make it so whenever Pathfinder scans a survey beacon, his zipline gun total cooldown is reduced for the entirety of the game every time you use it. And you can do this multiple times, up to 6 rings per game, because that's basically how many rings there are going to be. And so basically the max you can drop your zipline cooldown time to is 60 seconds. So for Bloodhound Buffs, so as you see underneath the number section here in the bottom of Bloodhound's page, the Beast of Hunt duration is extended between 5 and 15 seconds, depending on how much duration in total is left on your countdown. And you can scan every 6 seconds while in Beast of the Hunt. And in Beast of the Hunt, it takes half as long to activate your scan as it normally would. So on to Crypto. Crypto can now activate respawn and survey beacons using his drone, and this happens instantly. They made the surveillance drone slightly more consistent hit, but also doubled its hit points. And the EMP will now slow teammates caught in the blast even if they have no shields. This means that players who have the Revenant Death Totem will also be slowed. So if you don't have shields, you still get slowed by it. So basically, surveillance drone health points got doubled. However, the surveillance drone hitbox went from 16 to 24 units. So onto Revenant. This context bar is just the explanation or thoughts behind it, and then the bullet point below that's the actual buff. So for 2 seconds after being recalled by the Death Totem, players cannot use a Wraith's Dimensional Rift. So this doesn't allow you to get back to that team right away after you get spawned to the Death Totem. So a little slight nerf there for that whole squad. And now for Octane, you can now stim while healing, but the stim will not remove the slow you incurred from healing. So you can stim while you're healing, however you will be slightly slower still because you are healing, but you can still move faster because you are stimmed. Loba's Black Market cooldown also got cut in half from 3 minutes to 90 seconds. Gibraltar's defensive bombardment cooldown was increased a minute and a half. Bangalore got a minute and a half taken off of hers. And Watson, so for her interception pylon, that's her ultimate, the trophy system will now shoot down caustic barrels in flight if they would have landed inside the range of the trophy. So basically, if you're throwing caustic trap down in the range of a Watson alt, it gets sucked up into that and you don't place that barrel down. So onto loot. They added extended energy mags and the turbocharger hop-up, all things we saw before Season 3 and earlier. The precision choke has now been removed, but is automatically on triple takes and Peacekeeper, and you can also toggle it. The R9 is now in the care package. I'm sure you guys heard of that. That's big news. The damage was increased, mag size was increased, and you get 160 reserve ammo. And this takes the devotion out of the supply drop and puts it back to its original values back in Season 3, the 36, 40, 44, and then 48. Fully kitted weapons have been switched around. The new ones are going to be the Devotion, Massive, Triple Take, Flatline, and the new Volt. For loot, sniper ammo pickup sizes have been moved from 8 to 12, so now you pick up 12 instead of 8, and the stack size also moves up to 24. For energy ammo, instead of picking up 30, you now pick up 20. So now onto weapon updates. So for the Hemlock, basically they reduced vertical recoil and decrease the time between bursts so you can shoot more often. The charge rifle now has a max mag size of 8, however used 2 ammo per shot. The triple take has been buffed, it increased fire rate and you get 1 more bullet in each mag size. And of course the precision choke is now on it and you can toggle that. Same with the PK, and for the Spitfire they improved recoil controllability. The Havoc get a completely new recoil pattern, and the Mozambique got buffed from 3 to 4 in the clip size, and P2020 now does 2 more damage per shot. However, the hammer point multiplier was slightly dropped. However, this will still pretty much balance out. It just gives the P2020 a buff without hammer point, but pretty much keeps it the same with hammer point. And of course, the mag size also increased. The Sentinel, if you're using gold armor, now only uses 1 shield cell to recharge or to disrupt. The Prowler slightly reduced vertical recoil in burst mode and increased horizontal recoil in auto mode, basically buffing the burst mode and nerfing the auto mode. Now for quality of life, supply drop weapons are now red instead of gold. There are multiple map improvements around the tree, dome, and skyhook, looking towards the center of the map, allowing for less choke points and easier rotations. And also alterations were made to the ring, basically giving you better rings instead of just giving you half a mountain and half playable space in final rings. There were also a lot of bug fixes, however I'm not going to go over those because it would make this video so much more longer. But if you'd like to go see exactly what the bug fixes are, make sure to go check the link that I put in the description to see all of this yourself. So this is all I have for you guys in this video. This is the patch notes for Season 6. Pretty excited to see how this all plays out, and I think they made some pretty good changes, but make sure to let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video.